Mr. Van Pat. My name is Nicholas Nordstrom, and this is my informative speech for COM 231. That is my audience. Hello, my name is Nicholas Nordstrom, and the purpose of my speech today is to inform you of what addiction is. And I will explain what addiction is by giving you the definition. I'll give you the causes of addiction, and then I'll also give you my personal experience. Well, first, I'll go on to define what addiction is, or the word addiction. Addiction, defined by Wikipedia, is the fact or condition of being addicted to a substance, thing, or activity. The American Psychological Association defines addiction as a complex condition, a brain disease that is manifested by compulsive substance abuse despite harmful consequences. And Dr. Silkworth goes on to explain or define addiction as an obsession of the mind that condemns one to drink, an allergy to the body that condemns one to die. By explaining what addiction is, I will give you what causes an addiction. And I will go over three pertinent ideas of what causes addiction. First, I will go over abuse, I'll go over the environment, and then I'll also go over emotional disorders. With abuse, individuals who experience sexual, psychological, emotional, or physical abuse are more likely to become addicts. These addictions become coping skills for dealing with strong negative emotions surrounding abuse. With environment surrounding an individual also plays an important role in developing addiction. An example is a child that is addicted to or is born of addicted parents is more likely to mimic their behaviors. And with emotional disorders, certain emotional disorders such as anxiety, depression, bipolar, increase the risk of substance abuse and addictive behaviors. Individuals experiencing above conditions opt for drug, food, sex, exercise as a way to self-medicate and escape symptoms. By explaining what the definition of addiction is, explaining what the causes of addiction is, I will explain with my experience, what addiction is to me. Addiction as a result of abuse as a child in my environment and with the emotional disorders that I thought I had at the time all played a role in my decision makings, my perceptions on life, how I reacted and acted towards other people, my peers, my parents, and of course the decisions that I made. With the definition from the American Psychological Association defines that I will keep engaging in a certain behavior despite the negative consequences, and with me that is true. I kept doing the same thing expecting a different result for the next time. So despite the consequences, I kept doing things that were delective to my life. And then also with the three ideas with the abuse, I needed coping skills for the things that happened in my early childhood. With the environment, my peers, they played a major role by me mimicking their behavior, doing what they did so I can fit in, and doing what they did so I can be accepted. But along with my parents, I did what my mother did, despite I seen what the negative consequences were to her addiction. I did the same thing she did. And then with the emotional disorders, such as ADHD, I had negative symptoms from that disorder, which I used drugs to mimic or to alleviate the symptoms, so I became dependent on that substance. Well, explaining the definition to you of what addiction is by giving you the causes of addiction and also explaining how my experience with addiction, I hope I gave you a better perspective or understanding of what addiction is. And with that, I'm done. Thank you.